Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with my second layout using the May Cheeky.studio design team kit. And again, I'm going to be using the Midnight Florals. And the first thing I'm going to do is I take this Glitz pattern paper. I don't even remember what collection it was from, but I just remember it was a 2014 paper. So I'm using some older stuff and I'm putting some clear gesso on the background, and then I'm drying it with my heat tool. I'm going to take some of the mist that were in the kit, and it's some shimmer spray. I think it's called Heidi Ho Blue is the one that I'm using. And then there's another one that is kind of a pinkish, and that one I'm not going to do the packaging technique with it. I wanted it to be mainly blue because that background is kind of gradient blue, and I wanted to add some more blue. And I love the clear gesso because it sort of protects your pattern paper, but it doesn't change the color of it. I mean, you can definitely see where I put the gesso, but the background is kind of has that look anyway, so it just kind of adds to that look. Then I went into my stash and grabbed a template, and then this is new to me. I just got it back in March. It's called some Nouveau Mousse, and it was in this peach, and it really coordinated with the kit really well. So I decided to add a little bit of texture to my page. So I'm going to add it in 3 spots on the layout. Now my photo is about 3 by 4.5. I printed it on my Canon Selfie, and I wanted 2 photos side by side. And what I like with the PicFrame app is I wanted the left side photo to be a little bigger than the right side photo, and you can do that by just sliding your finger, so you can get more of one picture than the other if you want to. Because the picture on the left, I guess first I have to say that next February I'm going on a cruise, and I wanted to do sort of a cover layout for my album, because I'm going to do an entire album, and I'm already preparing. So I'm doing layouts that I can do now, like the pattern of the cruise that we're going to do, and then it's a Royal Caribbean cruise, so I could just go on the internet and take a picture of one of their boats or ships, and do a layout with that. So it is a Southern Caribbean cruise, and so we're going to fly into San Juan, Puerto Rico, and then we're going to go to, I think it's Aruba first. Is it Aruba first or Curacao? Anyway, we're doing like a figure 8, and then I know the last 2 stops are St. Kitts and St. Thomas, and then we're heading back to San Juan the very next day. So it's a 7-day cruise. I can't wait. It's a scrapbooking cruise, which is even more exciting. The scrapbooker that will be on the ship is Vicky Booten, and she has some products with American Craft. And she was also at the Crop and Create, or she's also always at the Crop and Create that I go to every year. And she's a Canadian, so I thought it'd be fun to go on a cruise that another Canadian scrapbooker is doing, sort of like a crop thing, class thing on a cruise ship. And so there's, I think from our area, there is like 10 to 12 of us that is going. I mean, there's 4 of us that, we're traveling together, and we are sharing a hotel in San Juan and that kind of stuff. So that's going to be fun. And it's my friend Ev that I talk about all the time here on my channel. She's, I've done layouts about my adventure buddy. So yes, I'm going on this trip with my adventure buddy. So I can't wait. We have, our cruise is booked and our flight is booked. And now it's just a matter of waiting. And but in 12 days, we are going to New York. So that trip is before. But those flowers from that kit just reminded me, of a Caribbean fun adventure. And one of the things that I think we're going to be doing while we're on the cruise, and I can't remember which island it's on, But we're going to be hiking the rainforest for 4 hours, so I can't wait. So I'm going to do, as many pages as I can before we leave, so that when I come home, I can just print my photos and plop them in my album. I mean, this layout already has a picture, so this one's already done, but I have done, I think, 4 more layouts where I don't have any pictures in, like already about the island. So I've done one for, I believe, Aruba and San Juan, and so I'm doing a little bit here and there, sticking it in that album. And another thing I want to do is there's a lot of information from all, like on the boat or the ship and on all the islands and everything, and I want to do that before I go. One, I'm going to be doing some research about where I'm going and the type of stuff that we can do, and 2, that's stuff that I can do before I go. I can take some pictures right off the internet and get that kind of done, so when I come home, my album will be kind of already well on its way. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about this page. So the background paper, like I said, was a glitz pattern paper. The pink was a Studio Calico, and the other blue is another glitz pattern paper, and everything coordinated so well with the embellishment from Cheeky Studio, and also the sprays that she chose to put with this kit from Shimmers. Now, I just love how, these embellishments are all separate, but you can build them up and it looks like a little bouquet of flowers. It's so cute. I'm just loving how this is all coming together. And I'm just noticing what a mess my mat is, but I wanted to spread out all those flowers so that I could see every single different shape that there was and see what else I could add to this layout. Now, what I love is I can go back and pick some other ephemera pack from, previous months, and they coordinate really well. So I went into my stash and got one of the wildflowers. It was either 2 or 4. There's 4 of them, so it was either 1, 2, 3, 4. And I used some of those foliage to put in behind my flowers in blue because the background was blue, so I wanted to add some blue instead of green. Now, I had 2 packages of sequins that came in the kit, and there was some in blue and some in peach, so I decided to use a little bit of each and add some glue dots in behind all of the sequins and just add them to the page. And then I went into my stash and got these basic gray tiny letters. As you can tell, there is a ton on them, but I have used up so many of them. They're now becoming, one of my favorite alphas. I've been using them quite a bit lately. And it's kind of sad that basic gray is gone, so I won't be able to get any more of those. But, my thing this year is to use what I have. So I'm using some old pattern papers. I'm using some old stickers, office stickers. And I'm going to make a dent in my stash this year. I wanted to ground that page a little bit more, so I'm just going to cut about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch on 2 sides because of where I had placed my embellishment clusters. I can only cut on 2 sides, but that's okay because it's not a pattern that you can really tell that I'll only cut it from 2 sides, so it worked out perfectly. And then I'm going to mount it on this leftover piece of navy cardstock. So this was a cardstock that I had, cut out the inside on another layout, so I was able to use it here. And that's why I like to cut inside, because then I'm able to use the cardstock as a whole. And then I'm going to add more sprinkles because I wanted it extra sprinkly. And then next there's going to be pictures of all the close-ups. So don't forget, you can find all the in the description box below all the information about Cheeky Studio, their store, their Facebook group. And don't forget to use Nicole Jones 911 on your first order to get 10% off. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up and maybe leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.